my loving Tiffany Thinks family, welcome back to another Tea with Tiffany Thinks on a Tuesday. I thought I would do a podcast video today because I'm in such a bad, I'm just in a mood, and I thought anytime I do this I always feel like a lot better, so I thought I'll do one today. Today I'm wearing the We Got This purple t-shirt and I've got it tucked into some shorts. So if you want one, there's always a link down in the description box below, and I've added some more summer colours into the collection, so if you want to have a look you can. Today I wanted to talk about how I'm feeling, but before I start, let me know in the comments what you're doing right now. I love to I always ask you guys because I kind of want to know what you're doing whilst you're listening to me, and what you're drinking today. If you're following me on Instagram, I think you might sense it, or if you've been watching my vlogs. Recently I've been quite a little bit all over. I think it's where I know I still haven't got a date for surgery. I know so many of you were asking me, Tiffany, have you got a date for surgery yet? I haven't. I've got another session of chemo, and then after that I'm sure all the scans and everything will be booked in quite quickly. I need to kind of chase up on that just because I haven't really kind of contacted anyone about it, so I need to kind of remind them, just to be like, maybe drop an email or something just to say, hey, what are the plans after chemo? I know that I'm going to have a colonoscopy, and then after that it should be surgery, but nothing's kind of been put in place yet, so that's something I need to do. Today's been a really difficult day because today's my dad's birthday, and I said on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, I think at midnight I spoke about this. Since a young age, whether it's my sister or my mum, we set an alarm, and at midnight we sing happy birthday, and when we used to all live together we used to cut a cake at midnight. I know it sounds, some people kind of understand, but some people are like, what are you talking about? On Instagram people are like, what? You wake up at midnight? Yeah, it's just something we've done like forever. It's just something I remember like as a memory that I will always kind of cherish, because birthdays have always been special, but I feel like that moment was the best out of everything. Like since I was younger, I feel like that moment was the best moment. I get presents and things, but I think for me, I will always cherish waking up at midnight, whether it's my birthday or my mum's birthday or my sister's. But I think I remembered last night, well, at midnight I was just thinking, I'm still awake. I didn't even have an alarm on, I was still awake. It was weird, I couldn't sleep, and I just checked the time and it was midnight, and I was thinking, oh, like I knew it was my dad's birthday, but at midnight I was just like, oh, I wonder if he can sense, I wonder if he knows that I'm thinking of him. I don't know. I do believe that, let me sort my hair out. Yeah, I do believe that one day, because I always say this, and I know some of you get really like upset when I talk about like my religion and things, but obviously I'm not like forcing you to believe what I believe in. It's just my beliefs. Let me know what your beliefs are down below, whether you have similar beliefs to me or you have your own beliefs. So let me know. It'll be nice to kind of read other people's kind of thoughts on this. And also, if you read a comment that you don't believe in, like it's someone else's belief, you've got to respect that. So I don't want any sort of bad negative energy on this channel, so if I see anything I will remove it. So let's just write down what our beliefs are down below in the comments, just because it'll be nice to kind of see what you think. But for me personally, I do believe that life on earth is temporary, like it's not forever, because if this was it, how, I can't get my head around, like this can't be it, there has to be more, because life on earth is crap. Am I allowed to say that? Honestly, isn't it such a challenge? Like every single day there's a new challenge that we have to overcome. And I do think that all these tests that you get put under eventually will make sense. And it might not make sense today, tomorrow, or even the next day, but I do feel like eventually things will fall into place and you'll understand why you're going through a hard time. So I do believe that when we pass away, that's not it. There's more to life after that. I think that's when your life actually begins. This is just kind of a temporary place that we need to be. I don't know. We don't actually know what actually happens after you die, but I personally believe this can't be it, because what's the point? What are we really doing? We're not really doing much here, are we? Today, because it's my dad's birthday, we're all going to the cemetery, all of us together. So me, my sister, my mum, my dad's side of the family, and so all my aunties, uncles, cousins, so all of my dad's side of the family, we're all going to the cemetery, which is nice. We're all going there, I think, at 4 p.m. So yeah, I've got time. It'll be nice. I think I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. But since my dad passed away, of course it's hectic. It's like every day I still don't believe it's happened. I still feel like, I don't know if I've talked about my dad a lot. I haven't talked about my dad a lot on my channel, but he used to live in India. Even though he's Sri Lankan, my mum's Sri Lankan, my dad kind of lived in India. So in my head, sometimes it's easier just to think, oh, my dad's there, you know. It feels like he's still around, he's in India. Like, sometimes it's better to think like that, even though I know it's not true. It kind of helps me get through the day sometimes. So yeah, where my dad was living in India, we didn't really have a strong kind of relationship with my dad's side of the family. Obviously, with every family there's some sort of drama, right? There's always something. But the one thing I will say is, since my dad passed away, we've become a lot closer to my dad's side of the family, which is good, because I feel like we've all let go of the past, and we're kind of starting again. And I guess that's a positive with everything that's happened. I think that's a positive. This probably doesn't make sense to you all, because I don't really talk about like my dad and my mum's relationship a lot, or my relationship with my father. I don't really talk about it a lot here. I just feel like it's not fair because he's not here. So I don't really want to get into that. I just feel like whatever's happened is happened now. And what I've learnt from the situation with my dad is, always, whatever happens, always try and have a relationship with your parent, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And when they pass away, you don't want to have any regrets. You don't want to think, oh, what if I did this, or what if I reached out, or what if I didn't have all this anger built up in me? Would our relationship have been different? Would we, do you know? So now I kind of live a life where I don't hold on to anger. I don't hold on to any grudge. I kind of let go. I just feel like, of course, I'm not going to get on with everyone in this world. I have like friends and family members that I don't talk to, but I have no kind of bad energy I have no animosity or anger. I just kind of wish everyone the best. And I feel like with my dad passing away, it immediately put everything into perspective. Because it happened so suddenly, right? It honestly put everything into perspective, and I feel like everyone's changed because it happened during the COVID time, so it was very sudden. I feel like we as a family, we've all learnt from it, and it's nice because now we can talk about things that we weren't able to talk about before, and I think that's what's kind of bringing us all closer together again. So that's a really good thing. It is really good, and it's just nice because obviously when it comes to my dad, it's nice to talk to my dad's side of the family because they know him, right? They know him inside out. So it's nice if there's any memories or anything. It's just nice kind of to talk to his sisters or brothers. So it's nice that we've got that relationship with them now, which is good. What's your relationship like with your parents? I don't know. I feel like sometimes you're closer to one parent, or I don't know. I feel like my sister's always been the closest to my dad, and I've always been the closest to my mum. Growing up, I just remember I was always stuck to my mum. I still am stuck to my mum, aren't I? I just remember my dad and my sister were very, very close. and Mum and I were very close. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, like to be closer to one parent or not. It's just how things kind of happened. I think when you have children, your relationship changes. I don't know if it's true because obviously I've not been in that position, but I think when you have children, it puts a lot of strain on your marriage because I'm acting like I have experience in this. I don't, but just going off my parents. I think when you have kids, your priority in life changes. Like, it's not about each other anymore. It's more about your children. And I think naturally that's why, like when you plan to have children and things, I think your relationship and the foundation has to be strong. Otherwise, I feel like it really does impact your children. And I think maybe I'll talk about this a bit more maybe when I get my sister on one of these Tea with Tiffany Thinks videos, because I feel like my sister and I, we've been through quite a lot growing up. We went through quite a lot, but I'm truly grateful that we have such a big family and we have each other, so we've got through a lot together. And I always say this, my mum is the strongest person I know, because I feel like in life, I always think like, oh my goodness, I've gone through so much and I'm only 29. I feel like my mum has been through a lot. Kind of think about it, just from a young age, leaving her family, leaving her country to go to another country to learn the language, to kind of adapt to kind of France, and then moving from France to England is like, I couldn't do it. It's like a lot to learn, like languages and doing it on your own at such a young age. I always feel like whenever I feel like down or I feel like this is so tough, I think I look at my mum and I will think she's been through so much, but she's always got a smile on her face. She's just the happiest person. She never feels sorry for herself. She never ever feels sorry for herself. She kind of just picks herself up, and I think that's where my sister and I, we kind of looked up to my mum in that sense, because she's just so strong. Yeah, and I'm really so lucky to have her. Honestly, I'm so lucky to have her because she's taught me a lot. Sorry, the camera was just acting up, so I just sorted it out now. I was going to film a Q&A today, so instead of doing a little chatty video, I was going to do a Q&A, just do quick questions and answers. So I might do that for the next week. Let me know if you'd like to see that, because I know some of you just don't like when I just talk. You want to hear like questions and answers, so maybe I can do that for you next week. I just felt like today I just wanted to kind of talk, let everything out, because I feel like I've been in such a crappy mood. I woke up with like this bad energy around me. I think it's where I'm kind of thinking about things. So I thought if I just talk about it today, let it all out, I'm going to feel like myself again. So I already feel a lot better just talking. I can't believe I've got one more session of chemo and then I'm done. I'm actually done. No more chemo. Can you believe that? Like, I can't get my head around that. Like, it'll be the last time going into medical day unit. Can't wait for that moment. I don't know, I feel like it's going to be very emotional, but at least now we know kind of I've done chemo, done radiotherapy, and the next step has to be surgery, right? Of course I'm scared, but I'm also very excited because it just means that I'm one more step closer to being cancer free. So it's kind of like I think about it and I think, yes, I can't wait, but I'm also very scared because I don't know how recovery is going to be. I don't know how long it's going to take. That's something I will have to speak to the surgeons about, and I don't know how long I'm going to stay in the hospital for. And because the hospital that I'm having surgery is in Chelsea, it's so far away from me, so far away from my house, my family, so I don't know how people are going to visit. I don't even know if I'm allowed visitors in that hospital because of kind of COVID rates going up. Would I even be allowed to have visitors? I'm not entirely sure. So those are the things that are going through my mind with like going forward. But I am excited because it's going to be the last bit to this crazy journey. And then I don't know what's going to happen. I'll probably come home, recover, and I'm sure there'll be more scans, more blood tests, more, I don't know, maybe colonoscopies, I don't know. I don't know what will happen after surgery. I know I shouldn't think too far ahead, but it will be nice for me to be cancer free by December so that we can have a good Christmas time. Did you guys watch my Vlogmas videos? Let me know. Shall I do Vlogmas again this year? Would that be something you're interested in? Because I was vlogging every single day in December, it was so much hard work, but I really, really enjoyed it because I felt like you were all part of my Christmas, and I really enjoyed doing it. So if you want me to do it again this year, am I allowed to talk about Christmas already? I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but yeah, let me know if you'd like me to do Vlogmas. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch those Vlogmas videos if you want to. I feel like I can't believe I managed to kind of do it every single day. Yeah, so the plan is hopefully to have the surgery, have my recovery, and then really have a good Christmas, because I don't think I'll be able to enjoy my birthday this year, because I told you guys, right, my birthday is August the 15th, and I really hope surgery is in August. Even though it's my birthday, I'd rather have surgery than celebrate my birthday, because I know I'll have many birthdays after. I just want this cancer out of my body, because every single day I'm like, oh, I still have it in my body, it's still in my body, it's still in my body. So I think once it's all out, I feel like I'd be able to enjoy myself more. Whereas now, even if I don't know, I'm always thinking about it, you know, it's always kind of at the back of my mind, like, Tiff, you've still got the cancer in your body. Yeah, I've got chemo, I'm having all this done, but it's still in my body, right? And I told you before, the chemo they're not expecting the chemo to change the cancer. They're not expecting it to kind of disappear. They're not expecting it to get smaller. They're just hoping for it not to spread. So that's why they're giving me chemo now. And so that they kind of sort out the situation for my surgery, and then I'll have the surgery. Yeah, I just want things to kind of hurry up now. I'm ready for the next step, because it is what it is. I just need to focus on the positives rather than think, oh, I'm going to be alone in the hospital. I won't be alone, because I'll have my phone. I'll be able to go on Instagram. I'm also now on TikTok, which is like, I'm really enjoying TikTok, because I feel like with these vlogs and with Instagram, I'm kind of being myself, whereas with TikTok, I'm being so goofy and so silly, because I just think sometimes I have to laugh about my situation. So I am making jokes. So if you're not, if you're quite sensitive, don't follow me on TikTok. Definitely don't follow me on TikTok, because I'm just being really silly there. Honestly, I'm just being I'm being super silly. So don't go on there if you're quite sensitive. Of course, I'd understand. But I think where everything feels so heavy right now, where it's all kind of like appointments, surgery, crying, emotions, I just want to go somewhere, and I feel like TikTok is my place now, just to kind of have a silly moment about the situation, just laugh about it, even though none of this is funny. Of course, I know cancer isn't funny, but I've got to kind of have some sort of humour around it, because life is hectic, and I always said kind of my emotions are all over the place. One minute I'm like crying, and the next I'm just thinking I want to make a TikTok and laugh about it, you know? Just think it's good, because it's not always so serious, you know? I am having a rough time, but I'm also having a good time. I always say this, I really, really love the life I live. I absolutely love my life. The only thing I don't like about my life is the cancer, but everything else in my life I'm so happy with, I'm so content with. I feel like the most blessed girl. So for me, the only thing I would change about my life is the cancer. So yeah, I'm going to end this podcast video here. Thank you all so much for listening or watching. Please leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and be part of my Loving Tiffany Thinks family. My Instagram, Facebook and TikTok is Tiffany Thinks, and I will see you in my next video, which will be on Thursday. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye. Mwah.